be the change. If you are one of those people, who are tired of feeling insecure, tired of feeling depressed, tired of feeling nervous every time I'm gonna do something, tired of feeling like I can't handle it, tired of feeling like I'm too stupid, tired of feeling like, no, that's just for everybody else, it doesn't really happen like that for me. If you're one of those people who are constantly comparing, if I look like that, then maybe I would be happy too. Maybe if I had what they have, then I would be sure to be happy. And if I had all the stuff that they have over there, if I could afford it too, then I would be happy. Well, if you are one of those people, or if you can recognize yourself in some of these things, then you are in the right place, because being the change is about taking your power back so that you can rather walk around, hop around on planet Earth in your life, feeling confident, feeling good about yourself, feeling good about others, feeling centered, feeling content, feeling confident and secure, feeling strong and feeling equal to everybody else. No better, no worse, just doing what you're doing, trying to be the best version of yourself. And everything becomes just so much better. Taking out your full potential, unraveling all the layers of lies, layers upon layers upon layers of lies, deceits, control, peeling it off layer by layer. And who's underneath there? There you are, soul, fellow soul, the beautiful light in me, same light in you, that beautiful soul that is underneath all the rubbish and all the whatever misunderstandings or what you want to call it. Underneath there is this vibrant soul, this beautiful soul, this emotional feeling. Like emotions are energies, they are feelings, they are alive. Like there you are, that beautiful soul is wanting to come out and play. It's the inner quest. Great Spirit, Father God, consciousness, presence, overall for this message here today. Let's see what the cards are going to say today. Desert passage. Okay, trust that there is a divine plan. Well, sometimes when you're hopping around here on planet Earth, not quite sure if you're doing the right thing, not quite sure that you're on the right path, not quite sure about really, well, how can we be 100% sure about anything? Well, if you do follow your intuition and you allow your emotions to be your guiding system, your GPS, that's a really good place to start. And so trusting, having faith in anything greater than us, having faith that there is a divine plan, having faith that you are a part of this plan. Yes, you are. Beautiful soul. So whatever you do, it does affect the whole. You have meaning. You have meaning. And so trust that there is a divine plan also for your life. And let's see here. Question. What kind of question do we have here to ask ourselves? And the question that we're asking ourselves, what situation in your life is calling you to have logic and clarity? King of Swords. What situation in your life is calling you to have logic and clarity? Logic and clarity, not my favorite subjects. I am more I think I am more lenient to intuition and to feelings, but logic and clarity. Logic and clarity is seeing the way forward in this three-dimensional world and being able to strategize and make a plan. And sometimes where we think we are emotionally connected to something, it might not always be. So sometimes the logic and the clarity in these situations also is very beneficial to look at, so that we don't get caught up in things that don't matter. And we do have our mind, body, and soul. Mind space, biggest problem. Body space, also a big problem, simply because we're getting tempted all the time. And you're supposed to eat this much, and then you're supposed to have all the snacks, and you're supposed to do this. And of course, this is the snack industry and the food industry and all that stuff that is catering to our needs. And then sometimes if they define our needs for us, now they can sell the products that will fulfill those needs. I personally do not think we need all that snacks and all that stuff. And looking at the statistics with the health-wise, how people are doing health-wise, because medicine is so popular, it's such a big money thing, that health-wise we are crumbling. And so mind, body, and soul. Mind, creating some quietude in the mind, figuring out how to quiet the mind. And King of Swords question, what situation in your life is calling you to have logic and clarity? And then the King of Cups is showing up in a reversal in our mind space. So trust that there is a divine plan, and perhaps you're over romanticizing. Sometimes with anything that I want, like I think it's going to bring me all the joy and the happiness and bliss, or I think if I start this project, if I go there, then I will feel really happy. I will feel like I have all that I need. I will feel successful, and I will feel all these things. And I think in my mind space, I'm in my thoughts, not in my feelings, not in action. And so maybe sometimes in our minds, we create a scenario that is romanticizing a situation that is not really all that good. So be aware of that, because if you invited in this situation that really is not that good, and maybe you should have used your logic and the clarity and just seen what this person is capable of doing, or what this person has been doing in the past, and using some clarity and some logic. And the logic here from my perspective would be that it takes a whole lot of effort, and it takes a whole lot of willingness, it takes a whole lot of courage, and it takes a whole lot of work to change your programs, to change how you act around people, to change how you feel around people. It takes a lot of work. So unless you're like in your 20s or whatever and have some time to waste on projects, projects, trying to fix them. I want them to be what I want them to be, so I can see their potential. So now I'm going to invite them in, and then I'm going to change them. That's a learning process. You can learn a lot from going through situations like that. Do you have the power to change anybody? No. Do you have the power to change anybody? No. Do you have the power to change yourself? Yes. Do you have the power to change yourself? Yes. So perhaps sometimes we just have to look at it a little bit more with logic and clarity. So we take our feelings and our dreams, what we're hoping for, and also with the body is coming out the star in a reverse. So taking care of the body is like, it's like, would you want to live in a house that only had, you know, the support beams, or what's they called? That's all it had. The house only had those, and maybe a roof, and then you was gonna live in there. Everything else was open. Would you want to live in there? Probably not. So what do we do with our bodies? Same thing. Our soul lives in there, and we don't hardly even have the support beams, because we don't even think about our hands, our fingers, our toes, our legs, upper body, lower body. We don't even think about it in our day-to-day business. We just go about our business, and we do what we're being told. We don't search up the information. We don't look for all the insights. We don't take that extra effort to figure out what is good for us. But if you think about it, if you feel about it, how do you feel in your body? Do you feel like you're healthy? Do you feel like it's easy for your body to take you from here to there, to get up, to move around? Do you feel like it's easy to get in and out of your car? Do you feel like it's easy to get from your car to the store? Maybe there is something that you can do to strengthen your body so that the rest of your life becomes more doable. It becomes easier. You feel better. Even walking from your car to the store, when you get to the store, you don't have to be tired because you have to walk a little bit. You can feel energized by it. And then when you go into the store feeling energized, now other people are going to respond to you differently. So whatever you do with your body, the frame, the vehicle, whatever you want to call it, the body, the vessel, however you feed it, however you train it, whatever you do, this is how much quality you're going to have, your soul is going to have on this planet Earth. So a huge encouragement to really think about. If you feel good where you're at right now, then great. Doing a great job. Keep doing what you're doing. If you think about it and you feel like kind of crap because it is tough for you to get up and move around. It is tough for you to understand what to do. And you are tired of trying to feel all these things. And when you feel depressed because of all these other things, then it makes you feel better to eat some sugar, or it makes you feel better to fill up that belly. So now you're so full that you just can lay down and you don't want to go anywhere. Spend some energy and spend some time in nature. Spend some time in nature, perhaps writing down, just being for a little bit, being there with all these other things that also, like you came out of this little seed, like everything that you look around you, they came out of this little seed too, and then growing, taking out their potential and die. So we're all in nature, and us humans, we're all on the same journey. Like we get born, well, for the most part, elsewhere in nature, they take out their potential and then they die. Human beings, on the other hand, we get born, we don't take out our potential at all, and then we die, sadly. So taking some time out in nature, perhaps connecting with just being for a little bit, just sit there without thinking, without commenting on everything that you see, just being. Practice that and everything will change. Okay, romance. First and foremost, with any kind of romantic situation that you're going to be in, do you really love yourself? Do you accept yourself for who you are? Do you accept yourself for how you feel? Do you accept yourself, excuse me, for the person that you are? Do you accept yourself? Because if you do, if you love yourself, great. You're doing a great job. If you're accepting yourself, flaws and everything, and then you're accepting yourself, good. Now you can, because the reason why it's important is because now you can invite someone in to love those parts of yourself. You're not going to try to hide it. You're not going to try to deny it. You're not going to try to push it down and pretend that it's not, that it doesn't exist. So you're going to be open and honest. The more self-love and self-acceptance that you have for yourself, the more you're going to allow people to come in and love you for who you are. So this is another reason why it's so important to be the change within yourself. Look at your insides. This is how you can change the relationships that you bring into your life. Single, looking for that 2 of Cups, aren't we all? We all want that deep connection where we feel loved. We feel seen, we feel understood, there's a lot of passion there, we're having fun together, it's adventurous, we have loyalty to each other, we respect one another, you can trust them. It feels like home, like an extension of yourself. We all want that, don't we? And so sometimes we can try and make it up in our minds that this is how it is. Sometimes I do firmly believe that it does exist. I also think that it's equally difficult for two people to meet each other with all that going on, because it's going to be a lot of emotions that are unknown. It's going to be a lot of things to process, and it's not easy to talk emotionally with another human being. It's not easy, for me at least, it's not easy. And so being aware and being open to, like, you know, allowing these connections to come in and allowing soul connections to be. And sometimes it won't look like or be exactly what we think it should be, or it'll come in the way it comes. And so to accept it is going to be accepting. Also, you have to do work. It comes with work. So and being single can be okay. It's okay too. Like, if you want to be single and stay single, that's okay too. Like, you don't have to be lonely just because you're by yourself. You can find your own soul bonds with your animals, with your friends, with colleagues, with wherever you go. You can find, there's so many people out there. Okay, complicated. Sometimes taking off and starting this new journey. Page of Cups, like not wanting to dream new dreams, not wanting to invite it in, making it complicated because there is a disconnect between the heart and the soul, like what's your heart and mind. There's a disconnect. So sometimes we overcomplicate things. We don't want to go on this new journey. We don't want to learn new things. And so when you don't want to be the change, if you don't want to learn new things, then you are going to recycle the old relationships. It's going to look different, but it's going to be the same person, different body. So taking time out again to work on yourself is going to change all of that. Committed relationship, you made a choice. And then Seven of Cups in a reversal. Seven of Cups is like always having all these choices. And then being in a committed relationship is, it's a brave thing to do, because now you're telling another person that you are my choice. I only need this one choice, and that is you. And I only need that one choice. And I believe that this one choice is enough for me to feel safe, secure, home, happy. And then you exclude all the other choices and work with what you have. This is what makes a committed relationship, because you commit to one another and create safety and security within that union. And that is a beautiful thing. It's also a brave thing to do, and it can be difficult probably for some people, including myself, to be in a relationship like that, especially if you've lived alone for a very long time. Then it changes everything. To be in a committed relationship will change everything. And also it's doable to do that. In regards to work, it's going to take a little bit more work and action. In regards to work, it's going to take whatever it is that you're working on with the work. It can be the job that you have that is bringing you money. Sometimes we have, like, what they call it, a dead-end job, or we have a job that we just have it because you need that money, you need a paycheck. It's easy, you don't have to do anything completely different. And so sometimes with work, it will take a little bit more work. You have to put some effort in, some action in there. Do the work, like communication, action, Knight of Swords, clarity, communication, also planting the seeds. It's not really ripe for the picking yet. Sometimes you have to just keep planting the seeds and keep doing the groundwork. And you know, people work for years and years and years to get a promotion sometimes. And then it takes patience, and it takes a commitment, and it takes longevity. It takes a lot of good qualities for a person to be able to go in that same wheel every day to accomplish something later down the road. And this is kind of what it's saying here, that the transformation will come if you allow it and if you work for it and keep planting those seeds. Then the transformation that you are looking for will come. And this might be a place where it's calling you to have logic and clarity in your thinking. Logic and clarity. Logic in a work situation would be like, you're not going to get the results just overnight, just by doing it one time. You're not going to be like super accomplished, whatever, in one day. It's not happening like that. It takes time. You have to be patient, and you have to be willing to build the qualities, to build this, the things that you need to in order to get to where you want to be. But if you put the effort in, you put the time in, you take the energy out, you put the energy out, and you allow for, okay, I'm going to put in all this work, and along the way I'm going to allow myself to transform. I'm going to allow myself to let go of those old pictures that I had of success, or I'm going to allow myself to let it go, these expectations that I had. It only could be perfect if it looked like that. Or I'm going to let go of all these things, but I'm going to put the work in, and I'm going to keep planting those seeds, and understand that, okay, it's not quite right, it's not quite ready yet, but it will be if I keep on keeping on. So keep on keeping on with whatever work that you're doing. Transformation, being logic about it, having clarity, knowing that things take time. Also, like if this is something that is not bringing you the transformation that you wanted, if it's not some place that you are planting seeds where you know later down the road it'll come back to you. If this is the situation, then maybe this is a place where you could use logic and clarity, and maybe sit down and look at other options and see if there are other options out there that might be better for you, where your skill set, where your persona, where everything can come more into play. And some shadow work they can do is expecting results without doing the work. You will not get results without really putting in effort and work. Everyone who has been great at something, everyone who has been good at something, great at something, not good, but great at something, and above. Every time you want to be great at something and above, you have to go above and beyond to be better than good. And so putting the work in is putting extra effort in wherever you want to put extra effort in. Put the extra effort in, and then you will be able to look at what you have planted, and you will be able to see your ships come in. But if you don't put in the effort first and you don't put it out there, then you won't be able to see. So action on your plans. You have to take action on it. And even trying, if it fails, that's great too. Like, at least you tried, you took the idea, you molded it, you put it into practicality, you put it into action, you did what you had to do, and then if it works, great. If it don't, great. Now you can try something else. Shadow work. Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is by far like the biggest, maybe the shadow work card in this deck. Sometimes we don't have all the trauma and all this stuff going on inside of us and around us, but swords are kind of confusion with your mind, like confused, being, don't see things clearly, muddy thinking. There's so many programs, pre-made programs. You have so many automatic programs going on in your mind, in your thinking, automatic thoughts the whole time. And so taking time to sit down and just be quiet for a little bit. Close your eyes. Breathe. Oh my gosh, what is going on up in that mind? I wonder why she's being all this quiet now. Well, I don't know about this here program. This is really stupid. I think I'm just going to go and watch something else. And then your mind starts to talking. And that talking is often a very bad voice. Often in our minds, it's a bad voice. No, you don't want that. You have to figure it out. You have to be aware of it. Where is it? What is your voice saying in your mind? And fix it, like change it, because you can. Yep. And then we got the Nine of Swords. And so first of all, you have to be willing to do the work. If you want your life to change, or if you want to sit there and be jealous at people, and you want to sit there and be angry at people, you want to sit there and be annoyed with people, or you want to walk around and gossip about them, you want to create some drama around them, or you want to do, then you can spend your time and your energy doing that. But then your life on planet Earth is going to be filled with negativity. It's going to be filled with feeling good about other people's downfall. It's going to be filled with stuff like that. And then that's the stuff that you're going to bring into your life. And that's how your life is going to feel. And so if you want that, you can do that. That's the free will. But if you don't want to feel like that, and you want to feel good in your life, you want to feel good about yourself, you want to feel good about your life, then you have to figure out what is going on in your mind. This is the card of being freaked out and being completely negative, being completely fearful in my mind, in my thinking. I'm feeling fear the whole time. I go to bed, I hope to wake up better, but I wake up, I'm feeling shitty still, I'm feeling shitty. And then that's the whole record. Like, that's your life. And so if you want to stay in that track, you can do it, but you don't have to. You can change it today if you want to. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Read the book. Take charge of your mind. Like, figure out, how can you sit down? How can you quiet your mind? And do whatever it takes to accomplish that. And you will see exactly what I'm talking about. But you won't know it unless you do it. So do it is my suggestion. And that's the suggestion that is coming out in the cards. You have to be willing to do the work. Otherwise, your life will stay the way it is right now. And Spirit is saying, be the phoenix that rises from the ashes. If you're on ground zero, ground bottom, rock bottom, that's a good thing. It's actually the best thing that maybe can happen to you, to be on rock bottom. Can't get any deeper and lower than that. Like, now you got to change. Like, there's no lower place to go to. So what do? You just release it. Ten of Swords, like, release it, ending, done with it, release it. And pick yourself back up. Find that inner gratitude for whatever. Gratitude, thanks for everything. I have no complaints whatsoever. Whatever sentence you find that is soothing to you, that can help you build yourself up. And then take your resources, whatever you do have, and use it well. Mix it up, mix it together, use it well. You have the resources that you need. You might have to balance it for a while. And take what you have and make the most of it, basically. And say goodbye to these things that no longer serve you, these things that are draining, these things that are pulling your energy away, the things that are just not building you up. Like, that's not how you want to live. Be excited, be feeling adventurous, feeling some kind of passion, some kind of a drive within, allowing the emotions to be what they are, their energies, alive, feeling it, being mindful, budgeting, balancing, doing the things that you need to do to set yourself up on a course of success. And then the Hangman, seeing things in a different perspective. Seeing things in a different perspective. Esther and Abraham Hicks says, through observing, remembering, pondering, and discussing, you have practiced the thoughts. Yeah, this is like the shadow work. You have practiced these thoughts by observing, remembering, pondering, and discussing. You have practiced the thoughts that have become more powerful thoughts or beliefs, which now dominate your point of attraction. Whatever beliefs that you have created from thinking these thoughts over and over again, whatever beliefs that you have created, that's where your key is. If you can find those beliefs and you can let them go, you're going to change. Your whole life is going to change because of it. Your point of attraction. And each thought you consider or focus upon causes you to feel an emotional response. So whatever you feel, whatever you think upon, causes our emotional response. And so over time, you have come to feel certain ways about certain things. We call that your emotional set point. You have come to feel certain ways about certain things. So changing the perspective. What kind of emotional responses have you practiced over time that if you changed it a little bit, you would get a new emotional set point where you could attract different things into your life, and you can attract those things that you would like to have in your life. You don't have to miss them anymore. You can be grateful because you have them. And expansion, and here is the same tree kind of here though. Expansion, taking action, expanding, spirit guardian of summer, expansion, 37. Expansion of the mind, thinking in a different way than you have before. Change is beautiful, scary but beautiful. And the beautiful light in me, it honors and respects the same beautiful light in you. And until next time, namaste.